So earlier on, I had a chat with the Minister in the Department of Women, Ms. Bathabile Dlamini, and we discussed the issue of gender parity and how this BRICS summit can advance or talk to the issues that have to do with women and how women can be emancipated economically and otherwise. Take a listen to what she had to say.
Firstly, we want to put it on record that President Cyril Ramaphosa has, during the opening address, mentioned the importance of women when it comes to development. And also, as a country, we've been dealing with the issues of women's representation, the issue of empowerment of women, ensuring that they are given an opportunity to develop their micro businesses. Because, for instance, there is a bank, BRICS Bank, and for women that says there is going to be more women's economic development on the side of women, because we know that banks have many regulations and restrictions that block a small business, and the area of small and micro business is occupied by ordinary women. And yes,
Minister, so this summit also takes place on the back foot of a time where we saw high levels of femicide having happened in South Africa, and obviously, you know, this has an impact on our reputation as a country. You know, when you see a whole lot of women and children getting hurt, getting killed on a daily basis, what has been the plan of action? How do we get women safe?
Firstly, we have agreed that we are going to resuscitate the Gender-Based Violence Council. Why resuscitate that? It is in the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, and South Africa is a signatory. And one of the instructions is that members of SIDO or signatories to SIDO must ensure that we work together, because the issue of violence is a societal issue, and therefore we need to come together, not work in bits and pieces. To make an impact, we have to come together.
You spoke about a resuscitation of this gender-based office. Why did it die down that we need to resuscitate it now? What happened there?
Okay. At all times, we are given what we want, but a commitment goes with finances. If you look at SANAC started long ago, and it's developing on its own now, and there is funding that comes from international donors or even South African donors. And we also believe that we need to put more effort in building and strengthening the initial phase of the Gender-Based Violence Council, ensure that there is a budget, and as time goes on, people are going to be confident about our commitment and the drive to deal with the issues of violence against women and children.
And just lastly, Minister, in about 2 months from now, in October, we'll see what we call the mini budget. I want to find out about the budget that is allocated to your department in order to help fight this very scourge against women. Will you be speaking to the Minister of Finance to maybe up the amount that has been given to your department?
Firstly, we have agreed in the department that we are not going to use the issue of the budget and then say we can't do things.
Okay.
But what is important is that people must see what we are doing to change the quality of lives of women, and therefore see the necessity of ensuring that there is more budget for the department. But also we've started working with a planning, monitoring and evaluation. And we are going, we have already had meetings with the Treasury. Our focus is on gender responsive budgeting and gender responsive audit that is going to assist us to have a scorecard for each and every minister.
Yeah.
They must use their budgets to focus on women's emancipation.
Well, as you can see, the BRICS Summit has got a whole lot of content here in Sandton. That was the Minister in the Department of Women, Bathabile Dlamini. And just before her, we spoke to the Minister of Finance, Mr. Nhlanhla, on issues surrounding economic growth among all these BRICS nations and particularly among South Africans. And with that, we'll hand back to the studio.